Right, what's up everyone? It's about that time, it's story time again, yeah? And this one's got a bit of a twist, right? Because I'm with my mates now, and there's a few of the lads and they're all dead quiet, so they don't want to go on it, so if you hear little blanks getting edited and cut out, it's because they're laughing and all that. But here's what I'm going to do. He's asking me to do stories. What I did want to do, I want to do a story about him, right? I want to do a story about my mate who's sitting now, his face has gone white, and it didn't go down well for you, lad, did it? So here's what happened, right? He's my mate, I love him. It's years ago, so there's no beef now. And he's gone to bits because he knows quite well what I'm going to say now, because he hates this story. But to be fair, it's not an excuse, but he was off his barn. That's what he says. That's the only thing he could have said, though. Right, so here's what happens. I'm in town, and they weren't out, right? A few of the lads who were here now, there was 3 of these who were here now, and they were out separately with someone else. So one of them phoned me up, he's like, what's happening, lad? I said, he's like, he gets to a party, same old routine as it is, yeah, flying off my barn, I'm with a few of my mates, there with a few mates, but a few of the lads who I was with, they weren't like me mates, yeah, they weren't like me mates, because I go out with different people, yeah, I'm just more of a like happy, let's get out there, let's have a laugh sort of guy. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you've got, what you haven't got, what you do, what you don't do. I'm not into all that. All I want to do when I go out is have a laugh, yeah? I don't go out for trouble. I don't like carry blades when I go out and all that, because if you carry blades when you're going out, number one, you're expecting beef, and if you are, then what are you going out for anyway? Number two, you're just a bully thinking you're on one with a blade, and you'll say something or do something to someone that you'd never normally say or do to, yeah? If you've got beef and you're going to town, and you know it's going to go off, you just shouldn't be going there, because here's why. Even if someone steals it on you, right, and you've got a blade, you're going to jail. You're the one who's getting it, not them. You're the one who's doing it. So if you've got kids and a family and all that, and you think it's okay, oh, I'm going to go to town, I'm going to carry blades with me just in case, lad, you're putting yourself in danger. Your kids are going to grow for a few years with no dad. It just doesn't make sense to me. But each to their own, yeah, I'm not saying nothing bad about people, that's all, you know, it is what it is, do what you want, it's not my business. I'm just going over it in this story, right, so the night finishes him in a taxi, we end up going to this party. Now, this party was in a different part of Liverpool, right? Now, I'm not going to start saying nothing about nothing or no one about no one, but if you know, you know. There's certain parts of Liverpool what don't like other certain parts of Liverpool. I don't mean gang fights, I mean a different sort of way, right? Now, you can put 2 and 2 together how you want it, but that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, we end up in the wrong part of town, let's put it that way. But I'm not in the wrong part of town because I'm signed with everyone, so let's just make that bit clear about that. So my mate's here, and I'm with one of my mates now. What I didn't like is, one of the lads I'm with, he's a dafty, he's a bit of a dafty, right? He's a bit of a dafty, and he just says mad things, right? He's like, he's not on paper as being slow or nothing like that, but he just is, do you know what I mean? He's just like one of them kids who just says something and he doesn't know what he's saying and he doesn't realise the implications of what he's just said. And then he just ends up getting slapped. And then he can't for the life and figure out why he's just being slapped, do you get what I mean? So I always have to like, not step in like that, but I have to be like, hey, listen lad. I always have to say to people, listen lad, just whatever he says, he doesn't mean it like, because he can't fight. If you put it on him, he'll just fold like an envelope. He just cover up. So he's not there to fight, yeah. He just tries to fit in, but I don't think he knows how to fit in certain circles, do you get what I mean? And he's just one of them kids who I just like him, I don't care, I just like him, he's just a good lad, you know what I mean? He doesn't, you know, he's harmless. So sometimes when you go to parties and there's other firms in there, and we walk in, or a few of us walk in, they sort of weigh up who's the dominant one, or who's the weakest out of them and all that. And in saying, there's been more than one time where they've picked on him just because he seems the weaker one, but I'm not having that. I'm not accepting that. I don't care who you are. Even if you're my mate who's sitting there now looking at me, shaking his head because he doesn't want me to tell his story. So here's what happens. We're sitting there, a few lads come in, who wants to stripe, So I'm with my mate, I'm saying, mate, just stay by me for a little bit. Let's get established, because there's people everywhere, you don't know who no one is. There's people upstairs, there's anyone anywhere, lads, you don't know them. So let's just establish it, yeah. So what I do is I walk around every room, mate, right? Now, you might think it's cheeky, but it's not cheeky, because I've been stolen loads of times when I'm not expecting it, in places where it shouldn't have been stolen, do you get what I mean? So what I'll do is I'll be like, alright, who's house yours? Lad, yeah, I come for a little walk with me, lad. And what I'll do is I'll try and blend it. Whoever house is, I'll be like, oh lad, this is a belter kid, can you have a look around? And he'll be like, yeah, even if it's not, and I'll be like, fucking hell, lad, you've done well there, you know, like, getting him to show me, he just show me every room, and that's just, you know, think of that how you want to think that, but it's best to be safe then, sorry, isn't it? So we're sitting in this party, and my mate's going on, and there's this bird sitting there right now. The bird who's sitting there, she's sad, lovely girl, and her fella's there as well, right? Now you can clearly see that that's his bird, and you can clearly see that she lives in this house with him. Oh, I'll get on this, right? So This lad, the lad whose bird it was there, right now, don't get me wrong, he didn't really do nothing wrong, considering what he could have or should have done, and plus all his mates were there as well. But he had respect. I don't mean he was parrot of me. I mean, he had respect for me instantly because of how sound I was with him. Do you know what I mean? And a couple of his mates who weren't there, and my mates, and we've talked about it, and we've done this, we've done that, being in jail with one of his mates who's around there, he's one of the lads, and do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's been like instant what's happening, what's happening, I've seen you about, I've never spoke to you, what's going down, lad, nice to finally meet you, do you know what I mean? Just one of them, do you know what I mean? My mate says to me, she's fit here. I said, sounds, I said, lad, shut up. I said, don't talk like that about birds and parties. He's like, what do you mean? I said, lad, listen, just forget about that. I said, forget about that. I said, you're going to end up fucking saying something that you regret, you know. He's going, but why don't I just saying something? I said, I know. I said, but just don't then. So, listen, you're going to say to me, he deserved this. And he did deserve it. But what I mean is, he's slow. It's like he's got a bit of a lower mental age. I don't want to say nothing bad about him, but he's got a low mental age for how old he is. So it's like a kid in a man's body. Do you get what I mean? That's what it's like. So you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. He said things to me before, and I've been like, lad, and he goes, I'm sorry, and I'm like, lad, because I know it. The night's getting on, lemos everywhere, bum, I'm pulling bags of lemos, everyone's pulling back, everyone's proper size and all that. And next thing, this bird's sitting on the couch, and my mate's sitting next to her. So I haven't been really watching because I thought everything's safe and all that. And he says something to her, and the bird just smacks him, right? And I've just looked at him and thought, what's happening there? My mate who's with me now, he's jumped up, ran over and just grabbed him. Lad. So he's done that to him now. What's happened is, it's this little interchange or exchange has started getting everyone's back up in the party, because there's all whispers going around the party now. Now, we was massively outnumbered, right? And I mean massively outnumbered. There was like 3-1 of them to us, you know what I mean? Now, these weren't Muppets, these were Andy lads, you could see that it all went to gym, all, you know, I know that doesn't mean nothing, but you can just tell off, you know, they're up for it to the frame round there. So I'm the middleman, and I'm like, alright, so then the lad whose house it was, he said to me, yeah, no, stop now. So I've said to me, get up now and come out here with me. So he said, well, I said, come in the garden. So he's come in the garden, he's gone, lad, he's just smacked me. I said, I know he has. He said, and then he's just done that. I said, I know he has. He's gone, but lad, he's meant to be your mate. I'm like, lad, he is my mate. I said, but what he's done is, he's done that to you, so they don't do nothing to you, that is what he's done, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, but at the time I was half fuming with him. So he's like snarling at me, and I'm snarling at him, and we're both mates. And then the lad who's got like a bit of a low IQ, he's like just sort of like shouting his mouth off about, well, I thought we don't care about no one. And I'm like, oh lads, what are you on about? I thought like, you know, like as if like we're just like some these proper fucking edgy you don't mess with. I'm like, lads, what are you on about? He's like, I know. He said, but no one ever says nothing like this to you. I'm like, lads, no one's saying nothing to me. They're saying it to you. You're gonna get me in shit here, lad. I'll stand on for it now, lad, but lad, what for? Everything's been sound, so I've just come down instantly. I was like, do you know what I mean? Just like, and then it's like, lad, we need to get out of here now. But we can't get out of here now because it's half going off. It's half going off. So one of my other mates in there, who's a bit of an heavy, right? Well, in fact, not a bit of an heavy, he is an heavy. He's trying to sort it, but it's coming to the point where it can't be sorted. So it's becoming clear that it can't be sorted right now. What the problem is, we've all been sitting with each other for hours and hours and hours. We're all intertwined. We've all been having a laugh. I don't even want to fight with none of them, and most of them don't want to fight with us, right? But obviously there is one that does. Listen to this. So I just told myself, how are we going to get out of this? Because we can't bail. There's just too many of them, right? We're just going to end up getting proper hacked to pieces or whatever. All right, we'll lose the battle, but we mightn't lose the war. We won't lose the war because we'll come back tomorrow. But then what? What's the point of that, you know what I mean? Over him saying something to a bird who's got a low IQ, like a mental age of about 12. So I'm saying, yeah, listen, lads, so I'm trying to de-escalate it, and I'm trying to de-escalate it, but because I'm trying to de-escalate it, it must have made me sound like a bit of a bellend. So we made everyone out of us just said, yeah, I'll tell you what then, instead of everyone just having each other, just pick one to have it with one of them. And I'm like, what? He said, lad, well, yeah, whoever's got the most problem with whoever, just go and have a straight in the garden one-on-one, and no one's doing it, because he's going to be, I don't want to fight with none of these. He's like, yeah, and after the lads are saying, lad, we don't want to fight because we've had a proper laugh all night. So I'm like, oh yeah, all right, sounds. And then here's what's happened, right? It's come on me. So this kid jumps up and he's like, yeah, I'll have you a straight. I'm like, you'll have me a straight. And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking, why me? Why me? So I said, all right, Sam, I said, if that's how you want to roll, then that's how you want to roll, lad. So I said, yeah, I get in the garden, and I'm just thinking, fucking hell, mate, the kid looked like fucking Predator. Should have seen the size of him. I was thinking, ah. So walks out, goes in the garden like that, walks past your mate, and just steps at me, mate, and says, you little bellend, you know what I mean? He's like, lad, I'm sorry. I'm like, shut up, lad. So goes in the garden, and she comes out, right? Now, give them the due, right? See these lads now, right? Some of them are still my mates to this day, you know, and this is how we met, right? And it was just mutual respect, right? Because this kid in their firm was the one who they all thought was hard, right? I'm not saying he's not hard, but let's just say it didn't turn out well for him, right? And here's why it didn't turn out well for him, because as we were going out, there was like a balcony, but then there was like these stairs where you go down, right? Now, if you're going for a one-on-one straightener like that, right, and it's basically an arranged straightener, isn't it? You know, you listen to what he done. So as I'm walking down the stairs, he just threw a dig at me from behind, right, caught me, and I've nearly went down the stairs because I just, you know what, I give them the respect, not thinking that they'd be wrapped like that. And even after his mates were like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it was just weirdly bang on. So I just thought, you know what, you're getting, so I've jumped down the stairs, landed on my feet. As you come down the stairs, mate, I've just absolutely give it to him, right? And he was a big kid, but he couldn't fight. Yeah, he couldn't fight. It was weird. Because when you'd look at him, you'd think he's a proper heavy one. And he called me about 4 times. And I was thinking, lad, is that it? I was thinking, lad, he has absolutely zero power. I've had worse things sparring with people, do you know what I mean? So I'm just like, yeah, so I'm being like, bam, 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 bam. So I've ended up ripping his top off. But just done a scuffle on the floor. So I've caused him with a few belters, mate, right? And the kid's dazed. And I've jumped up and he can't get up, right? So I've just looked at everyone and just went bang and just put him out. Yeah, just that was it. So I said to all of them, I said, and that's your mate, you think she's ours, is it, lad? And I thought, these are all, it's going to go off here, yeah, but you know what, it didn't. I've walked back up the stairs, a couple of his mates have gone down to pick up, and the lad whose house it was went, listen, lads, that you know what I mean, it is what it is, lad, it was a one-on-one stint. He said, but you're the best getting off now, you know, before it all just goes sick. I said, yeah, call me out, so we've all just got off on that right now. The lad whose house it was, he had my number, because we've been mates all night. And he phoned me up the next day and was like, oh, lad, what's happening there? I said, what? He went, is there anything coming back off that? I said, not off us, lad. No, I said, what's your mate saying? He went, lad, my mate hasn't even said a word, you know. He said, lad, my mate was being proper led by everyone. He said, lad, just thinking he was the big Billy, lad. And lad, the way he stole on as you were going down the stairs, lad, everyone just lost respect for him, lad. I was like, lad, I said, that wasn't my intention. I said, but fucking hell, lad, I said, imagine he would have put me out there, lad, on the way down the stairs, lad. You know, that'd have been war talk, that lad. And he was going, no. And then, honest to God, the final result was, after all that, everyone just ends up being sound again. You know, I've never seen Predator again, but the lad whose party was, I've seen quite a bit, not like all the time, but now and again, you know, we'll arrange to meet up and that. So it ends up being sound and that, and it was just like, I respected their whole firm because there was 3-1 of them to us. They could have just absolutely stolen on us. We wouldn't have had a chance, you know what I mean? Because when we were in the garden, there was a gate that didn't open. So if they would have all just rushed down the stairs there, mate, we'd have had no chance, and especially to that, we'd have had no chance. So it just worked out proper sound. Now, I'm not saying I'm no fucking billiard case, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, on the night at that time, the kid got it, yeah? Now, if we went for the range stinger with him again, would I do him in again? Don't know. I'm not going to say that because he's a big lad and he didn't have room to move. I just closed the gap on him and just give it to him, do you know what I mean? But to be fair though, none of his digs affected me, and the fact he had to steal it on me showed me he wasn't confident, yeah? So it all just turned out all right anyway, and all that was because a lad who we're with, who had a mental age of about 13, said something to a bird, mate, you can do without that. That could have went proper heavy either way, and could have still been going on to this day now.